I'm over that rage. I have a different rage now. It's you bitches.
Group chat that turned into a podcast? Hell yeah, dude. Venting to all your besties? Hell yeah, dude. Are they a little bit bothered? Hell yeah, dude.
Welcome to A Little Bit Bothered, the podcast where our group chat spills into your ears. We're four friends who overshare, laugh too much, and aren't afraid to get a little snarky.
We've taken our brutally honest, vulnerable, and downright hilarious conversations from the chat and turned them into a podcast because honestly, why keep all this entertainment to ourselves?
Whether it's the petty stuff, the deep stuff, or the stuff that makes you wonder, did they really just say that? We're here to say,
I think we're a little bit bothered.
we're a little bit bothered.
I have the strong urge to say that every time I hear
Every
it.
time.
I think we're a little bit bothered.
And you know what's really funny is I can't figure out who says that, me or Kelsie.
It's you.
Is it me?
It sounds like me, but then
thought
right
it was
at the end,
Kelsie.
it's like, oh, it's Nicole.
Yeah,
No.
I thought for sure it was Kelsie.
I can't even recognize my own voice.
It sounds so much like the both. Like it sounds like me, and I'm like, is it me? But then right at the end, it's not. It's Nicole, and I'm like, okay, no, it's definitely Nicole.
It's just us
Yes,
together.
both
We
of you
just
put
morphed together. It's the both of
Yeah.
us combined.
Yeah, we had to make sure that all four of us had a part in there.
Yeah.
That's Nicole's. I think I'm a little bit bothered.
Well, that's accurate for my life, so it's fine.
We're kind of a lot of it bothered today.
We're a lot of bit bothered. Ashley
Particular.
It's been a bit.
was mad at us today.
I was.
I can't believe you didn't come on there and be like, bitches, pay attention to me.
Right.
Okay, I was just gonna say this happens all the time.
Give me attention.
I don't think that's really
Oh,
true.
no.
But I don't vocalize as much as the rest of you what I think I'm
No,
thinking
true.
or feeling. And so when I do say something, it's like very minute. Whereas if one of you's upset, it's like, oh my God, this happened. I'm so mad, blah, blah. And I'll just be like, you know what? I'm kind of pissed off. And then everyone's like, okay. And then we move on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why don't I get that same
I
attention?
have to say, when
Why
I
isn't
did
everyone
go back
doting
and
on
read it,
me?
when I did go back and read it, I was like, I didn't really gather that she was that upset about it. You've got to be a little more ragey about it.
I said,
Well,
I'm
she texts the
ragey.
group chat, I'm
That's
ragey.
what I said. I said,
I know,
I'm ragey.
I know, but perhaps you have to amp up the dramatics a little bit.
I gotta put on a whole fucking show.
We're
I gotta
very
do a whole
dramatic and it
fucking
just goes
song and
over our
dance.
heads.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying.
In my
And that-
defense.
this is not the first time.
Monica was actually awake.
defense,
Monica
I was
was
the only
actually
one
awake.
and she made it all about herself, didn't you? She made it all about herself.
She did. She did.
And then everyone reacted to Monica and no one cared that I was having a problem.
Well, I'm sorry. We really didn't realize that you were.
I'm getting bothered again right now. I'm about to get off of this podcast.
Stop it. We love you. You have to stay. You just
love
need to. You need to
We
send
just
the
didn't
voice
understand.
note. We need to
I
hear
know.
it out of your actual mouth when you're like, you need to just, even if you don't say a lot, you need to just be like, I'm raging, and then we'll be like, oh
Well,
shit, okay,
Just
we love
say,
you.
this is serious.
Okay, I'll do that. I need a code word. We need a code word.
Well, Ashley, you're not good with emotions, okay? So you need to give us a little more.
She's pretty calm, even when she's not calm. So it's kind of hard to tell.
She's our closed off Scorpio, so we
She's
never
the voice
know.
of reason for a reason because she
Right.
remains reasonable.
I said
Correct.
to Patrick earlier, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. I said I was ragey. Then this morning I was still annoyed, but I was like, you know what? I know. I understand what's happening here. I understand. I didn't say that much, so they're not reacting to it, but I still had to.
For the rest of the world,
I had to put an
yeah.
effort to
When
not
the
be
rest
annoyed
of
at
us
you
are
guys.
upset, we're like, yeah, we're losing our minds when we're
Bawling,
upset.
yeah.
So yeah.
It's okay. I forgive you guys. It's fine. It is what it is.
Prime example was Monica stole the spotlight with a story that she
Yes,
said
do
to voice
tell
note.
Monica. Tell us your
Please,
story. Tell
Monica,
us your
she's-
qualms, please.
She's gonna Cole roll you again.
Overshadow our
Fucking
problems.
overshadow
Okay.
you again with this story because it's actually really funny. And I did tell her like you need to tell this to the people on the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
So sorry, Ashley.
I'm sorry, Ashley.
Shut up. Tell the stupid story.
Do you want to tell your ragey story first?
No.
Shut up. Tell
No.
your story.
I don't.
He's over it.
I'm over that rage. I have a different rage now. It's you bitches.
My face hurts.
Every time I look at Kelsie,
The
Kelsie
snickering
is
witch.
laughing. You can't tell because she's not making a sound as per usual. I think she's
My
laughing
abs
really
hurt.
hard.
My laughing box doesn't connect to my voice box, okay?
It does connect to her face though. If you're watching this, you'll know.
she's like melting.
She looks like she's in pain a little bit.
I am. My face hurts.
My stomach hurts.
God.
Okay. We are only 5 minutes in. Okay, really fast, Monica. Please tell the people your story.
It was just one of those.
It's
like,
really stupid. Like
it's
it's
so
like a stupid
stupid.
ragey moment.
But it's relatable.
It was just one of those moments where like everything felt so overstimulating. Like if somebody breathed wrong, I was going to like literally explode. Like it was just not good. Like just there was too much crap in our room, too much crap in the bathroom. Like every single thing was just pissing me off, and I wanted to like shove it all off the counter. It was that bad. And then as my husband was talking to me, I'm like trying to put away this package of face wipes in the drawer. And every time I put it in the drawer, I was trying to slide it behind where my tooth whitener is. And it just kept brushing on the top where like the touch sensor button is. And it just kept turning it on, which I didn't mention this part before. It's got like the LED light on it, right? Because it's like the blue light and then the red light, right? And so it's like so fucking bright. And every time I turn it on, it's like blinding in my eye, and then I have to like turn it off and like try it again. And I think it happened about 3 times before I started crying.
This is why it was funny. This is why this is why her rage overshadowed your rage, because I started laughing hysterically at her getting mad about a package turning on this thing because it was covering the sensor, and her not putting together the fact that she had to move the fucking package so that it would stop. Like I was picturing it in my brain, and I'm cackling as I'm listening to this voice note. I'm just dying because
Well, that's the thing is like
I would have done the same thing.
but I couldn't move it because it, like where it needed to place in order to shut the drawer, like it wasn't an option, and it's fit in there, but also like there's too much like new stuff in our bathroom, so like I'm like trying to reorganize it, and like I can't.
See,
and then my husband
you started crying. I would have grabbed the wipes. I would have grabbed the face wipes and flung them like that. You breaking down and crying would be me just fucking grabbing them. It's like fuck these face wipes and throwing them across.
The thing that sent me was that my husband was like, I think like you need to move. I was like, why won't it stop? It's like, why won't it stop? It's not a real hand.
Wait, say what he said. No, you have to finish it.
I was like, but it's not a real hand. He's like, I think I'm gonna end up coming up here and finding you in the corner just crying. Like, it's not a real hand. It's not a real hand.
Wait, what's not a real hand? I don't even understand.
The wipes
What are you?
that were triggering it to turn on, like you expect it like to be a finger that could trigger it.
Okay, I'm like, your hand's not a real hand. Were you wearing gloves?
This is
Was it
Her
a
logic was
prosthetic?
that only her logic is that only a warm, like real human hand should be able to turn on.
Oh,
This is the vagina conversation all over again. Wait, who are you talking about?
I am too literal for this.
I still don't totally get it how this like piece of plastic is turning on the button. I don't understand.
The button is obviously just pressure sensitive and not like.
Yeah, apparently.
It doesn't recognize humans. It's not verifying
my
the
God.
identity.
It doesn't have CAPTCHA.
You're thinking like touchscreen phone. You have to have if you wear gloves. You have to have special. Yeah.
She thinks it's like has fingerprint activation.
Right. But I mean, then this morning I started my period, so it all makes sense now.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
It makes so much sense. And it came early, so I was really unprepared.
God, that's so funny. Okay, I'm sorry.
That was funny.
Again, I'm really sorry. It overshadowed your rage, Ashley. Your
no,
rage
it's
is valid. We love you.
fine. No, it's fine. I'll take a back seat to Monica's tooth whitener. It's fine.
Sorry.
Fucking crying, laughing because that all happened last night, and Kelsie and I are ahead of you guys in time, so I was already like asleep, like done for the night. Like I didn't have my phone on me, so I didn't see any of that until this morning. And I was
I think
like,
I read it at like 3:30 in the morning, and it was just. Shh.
I just got well, and then I have this bad habit sometimes of like if you guys send a voicemail, what the fuck year is it? Voice message. And then a text right after, I'll play the voice message while I read the other text.
I
So
do
I'm
that too.
not focusing on either one of them. Like
Oh, yeah.
normally I will like focus on the voice note more, and I'm not really absorbing what what I'm reading. And I think that's what I was doing. Like I was listening to her voice while reading her voice note while reading your actual text message, and didn't compute really any of it except for her crying about the thing not turning off.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, like her hysteria just like instantly overshadowed your text. Like you're like, I'm ragey, and she's like, oh, this stupid wife.
It's not a real hand. It's not a real hand. In the corner,
Ridiculous.
rocking back and forth. It's not a real hand.
Famous
Oh.
last words.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Ashley.
Okay,
Oh,
it's fine.
okay, the hysterics right out the gate. All right, what are we talking about today? What are we doing?
What
Well,
are
I
we?
think that first off, right off the bat, we should put some rumors to rest because I know all our listeners have probably heard these rumors because I bet they're spreading like wildfire. 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 Wildfire.
I am not sorry
Wildflowers also spread.
about. I am not sorry about what is about to be said. I'm not sorry. I regret
There's
nothing.
some rumors that Monica had a
Quote,
BBL.
unquote.
We just want to put those to rest. Her booty is banging all by itself.
She did not get a BBL, but her surgeon did tell her when she had this surgery, because of how it was going to go, there was going to be a little bit of lift, and it was going to look like she had a BBL. And so now I just it's the waist being because she already had a booty, so her waist being like cinched in the way that it is now, it kind of looks like she had a BBL. So I call her BBL Baddie. That's her new nickname, BBL Baddie. And I commented on some video and said, "Look at that BBL Baddie," and she was like, "You better shut the fuck up." So anyway. The rumors are not true. She doesn't have a BBL. I'm still calling her that though.
We're starting and ending the rumor.
Viral.
You guys, I
It's
was
all
just
over
trying
the
to get some
internet.
attention to our videos. I'm trying to create a rumor so that
You
we
should
can
bait
get
people.
some podcast clout. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I love that you think that people are going to be running to the video.
They will be. Go watch Monica's.
To look at Monica's booty.
Go follow
See
Monica.
that booty work. Booty work.
I was gonna sing "Baby Got
Go
Back."
follow Monica and comment on all her videos. BBL Baddie. Just every video.
If I still had Instagram right now, I would go do it right this second. I would just start commenting.
Oh yeah,
on
that's right.
everything.
These bitches deleted it.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Ashley and Kelsie said goodbye social media, and
You
they
guys are in charge of the
deleted.
social media now.
I
I'm trying
guess,
to
which
be
is
a
the
more
worst
productive
option.
human.
Yes,
I
I
don't know if
can't.
it's going anywhere. Sorry.
Sorry, guys, we failed. I can't shame you
Kelsey
for
had
your
more of a
decisions,
creative
but
magic.
yeah,
I can still do it on desktop. I just need to cut myself off from the scrolling.
Yeah.
Very true.
I do get it. I think sometimes it's good to just take a step back and not be not
maybe
that. So
maybe
get
this
it.
is a good thing because
applaud you.
I need to get back into the creating. So maybe I'll be forced to do some creating now since you're not for the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Because
need you.
That's why I did it.
that's
I
what
had
you
to
did for me.
kickstart
Great.
your-
Thank
yeah.
you. Everything's about me.
Mhm.
It's not because I just went off the fucking deep end.
No, you did not. You did not have an
No.
episode. It's for me. You did this for me.
We really did have a full week where all four of us were very much bothered.
Bro. Okay.
Several manic episodes later.
all of us
Actually,
all of us have issues.
we're recording this late because of a few manic episodes.
I was gonna say, literally, this is being recorded on a day we don't normally record because things happen.
Yeah.
Life be lifing.
Life.
Life.
Life be
Yep.
lifing. All right. So besides the BBL accusations, what else is on the agenda for today, bitches?
Well, I think we got some would you rathers that we can kick off this
Okay.
whole
Oh, yeah.
shindig with.
Yeah.
Those
Who's
are
going
fun.
first?
Let's do it.
That's always a fun one.
I don't care. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Kelsie, my would you rather's for you.
Okay.
Would you rather? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I didn't have one. Okay, Kelsie.
Yeah.
Would you rather always be stressed and busy or always be bored?
Oh, I don't know. I hate being stressed and busy, but like, what are we talking about when we say I'm bored? Like, you literally
Like
don't have
really
anything to do.
bored. Nothing.
Like, is she allowed to find things to do, or is she
Well,
just
Or you have to
If they're
stay
boring,
bored.
They better be boring.
You better only be doing
Oh
boy shit.
no, this TV show is so boring.
Yeah. Oh, I hate this show.
That's a hard one, but I also why do I feel like that is my entire life? I'm always stressed and busy and bored. That's it.
All of them
I
at the
get-
same time.
All of them at the same time collectively.
That's so
I
true.
guess I feel like stressed and busy because I feel like if you actually have to be bored all the time, like real bored, that would
That's
be
lame.
that would be like depression.
I
Mhm.
agree.
Status.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Welcome
Okay.
to my life. Okay, sorry.
okay. Okay. Would you Nicole,
Yeah.
would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for 10 years?
I knew you were gonna say that one.
Honestly,
this is such an
I
easy
could probably
answer.
I could probably handle jail for 5 years. I'm sure I can handle it. I take that one. Jail for 500, Alex.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be in a coma for 10 years.
Yeah.
If
You could
I'm
accomplish
knocked
much more in
out,
jail.
I absolutely could. And you know what?
Imagine
I
all the
can
books
still.
you could read.
I could. Oh
Mhm.
my god, girl.
You
I
read
could
so
finally
much.
get. No, I could finally focus on like my gym routine. I could read so many books. I could get a degree in that time, likely paid for by the state.
Paid for.
I-
Yeah. You could
I
just
could
go to
write the
school.
book that I started.
I could literally still see my children and my
Mhm.
husband.
Mhm.
If I'm in a coma, I can't do any of that. It's 10 years wasted.
That's true.
Yep.
Also, it's
So-
like
And it's
if
10
you're in a
versus
coma,
5.
like, do they have the option to pull the plug? Like,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can't
No,
risk
I
that.
already told my husband if I'm ever like a vegetable, just fucking take me
Yeah,
out.
who's in a coma for 10 years
So.
actually?
Yeah,
I mean,
no thanks.
who's paying for that?
Happens.
they have to have like brain activity and
Yeah.
like everything's functioning, and they're just
Yeah.
seems
Their body just
cruel.
hasn't woken up.
That seems cruel.
Well, it's always a possibility that they could wake up though. Like if there's brain activity, like they're still
that
there.
also seems
crazy.
expensive to be in a
So-
coma
that's so
for
expensive.
10 years. Imagine the medical bills. No, thank you. No. I
And
will
what
go to
happens
jail.
when you wake up and everything's different 10 years later? If you were like
Yeah.
married,
I
is your
mean-
spouse supposed to
Oh.
like wait for you to wake up?
there's a lot of
Debatable.
movies about this.
There are. Welcome to
Mm-mm.
Hallmark and whatever other
Mm-mm.
channels make. What is it? Lifetime. Lifetime. would
Yeah.
make that movie.
Yeah, they would. I thought of my brain always goes straight to Kill Bill when she's like, I don't know, have you guys seen Kill Bill? When she's like in a coma and then she wakes up out of the coma and she literally escapes the hospital, but her body doesn't function. So she's like sliding across the floor, like trying to crawl out of that. I'm like, well, okay. But,
We go to
all right.
Mine
Yeah.
goes to Miss March every time, where the kid's in
I've
the
never seen
coma and they hit him with a baseball bat and he wakes up.
I've never even seen that. I don't know what that is.
Horrible.
That's the secret
Also,
trick.
he woke up, so
Okay,
It was
well,
nice.
Dude.
I have a question for Monica because I feel like,
Fabulous.
okay, Monica, would you rather take back anything you say or hear any conversation that's about you? I feel like the answer is obvious.
So like take back anything you say. Like
like anything that you
Reverse.
say, you have the you have the power to reverse Uno, and you could be like,
Put
never
it
mind, I
back
didn't want
in.
to say that, and you can.
oh well, easy
Yep.
that.
Yep, that was my
I don't
answer
wanna
too.
know
I'm
what
like,
people
I don't want
say
to know what
about
people are
me.
saying. What
That's
people
none
say
of
about
my
me are none of my business. Yeah, exactly. Shit's not. It would.
I low key
that would
want to
make me
know a little
crazy.
bit, but I think I would be better off not knowing.
Oh,
Can I
yeah,
have
like,
both?
I kind of want
Yeah.
to know, but also that is not what I need to know or hear. Like that
It's
is
not okay
dangerous
for my mental health.
territory. It's
toxic.
not okay for my mental health. I can't. Nope. I'm good. Not my business.
Honestly, if I could do both, that would be cool. If I could know what everybody's saying about me, because then I could say some shit and then be like, "Oh, Uno reverse card, I take it back now." Ha ha ha. Like, ha ha ha. You can't be mad
mean,
at me
I
for
guess-
saying what I said.
I guess there would be some value to it though, of like holding some people accountable. But I don't
Oh yeah.
think I want to know. I think I'm.
I don't
good.
wanna
Can
know
we?
either.
Can I just have two switches where I can't have them at the same time, but I can
Right.
turn one off, turn the other one on?
Yeah, go back and forth.
Bounce
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and
yeah.
forth.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be
I like
really
that. I like that idea.
cool. All right, that was a
still
fun
pretty
little.
dangerous. That is a fun one.
I like
was
that one.
looking at
Okay,
that one too.
Monica, it's your turn.
Okay. I was actually looking at that one, so I have to find another
Sucker.
So
Sorry. Okay, go.
Ashley, I mean, I know which one I would do, and this seems fun. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to speak to animals?
Oh, this is so
Oh.
fun.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh, that's
No, it's
so
not.
hard.
No, I mean it is hard, but I would rather be able to speak to animals. I don't want
Really?
to talk to people.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
that's
what is it,
funny.
Eliza Thornberry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Plus that's a way more unique, like everyone can speak some language. Like all the languages can communicate already. No one's communicating with animals. Hello.
Mhm.
True. Very true.
It
I'd
just
have
goes
to pick
back
the
to me
languages.
being nosy though, and like wanting to know what people are saying when they're.
Don't you
Like,
want to know
look
what
at
the
the
animals are
next
saying?
I really want to know what the ladies at the nail salon are saying.
Oh yeah.
True.
Mhm.
That's true.
Well,
and
you
also
know what would
I
be
don't,
cool?
so-
You know what would
Yeah.
be cool? Just like a universal translator. Like you hear somebody saying something, you can understand what they're saying, and that could apply to animals too. They're barking, and you can understand why they're barking. Like you know what, I
What
mean?
if-
Like a just a translator for everything.
What if you blow your load on this wish though? You get to talk to the dogs and the animals, and they're like really simple minded, and they don't really have much to say. They're just like food, poop, and then it's really boring.
I
and you've
guess it would
wasted
get
it.
boring.
Damn. Well, then you know what? Maybe you could teach them how to have more of a thought
Intelligent
process
conversation.
and
No,
talk
I-
to them
I-
because
yeah.
maybe nobody's talking to them, so they need somebody. To
I stand by
converse
the
and figure it
animals.
out. I do too.
Animals for sure. You could go to
Well,
the
if you
zoo.
do
Oh,
get that-
Dr. Doolittle. You're
if
Dr.
you-
Doolittle.
If you do get that superpower, please come over and tell my dog to shut the fuck up because homeboy barks way too much.
Oh my goodness.
I could make
Okay,
that a paid service.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Right? Actually, yeah.
Could you please translate to
job.
my dog that he needs to not do this, please? Like try to bite the chickens next
Have
door.
you
Oh my
seen-
god.
I'm like,
Have
yeah,
you
your
seen the
dog
pet
said fuck
medium
you.
on TikTok? The lady
No.
that like she's a medium for like pets, and she literally does. She
No.
like, yeah.
I haven't
and
seen her, but I know
no.
one in real life.
I've
No.
watched multiple TikToks of this particularly popular one that she's like telling them what their pet thinks and saying, and she'll be like, oh, and they like so and so that comes over on this day, whatever, like is very specific about this person that they like, and it's crazy.
Interesting.
Sounds like quack.
Speaking of wild things on the internet. Okay.
Wait. I have something to add to that. Before we move
Yeah.
on, I have something to add. I actually know, or I guess knew, because we're not really friends with him anymore. I knew a pet medium. She, when we lived in Arizona, one of Justin's employees, because at the time he owned a tree company, his wife was a pet medium. She could literally speak to pets. She told my father-in-law's like best friend, he got a dog and he named her Sabbath, and she told the medium lady, I don't like that name, I want to be called Annie. And he didn't listen. He would still call her Sabbath, and anytime he would call her Sabbath, she would be a dickhead and she would like totally not listen to him. But when he called her Annie, she would be sweet and like finally listen.
Like,
So
I told you.
she's like, I told you I don't like that name. And I call her Annie all the time because apparently she likes Annie better. But I just thought that was so funny. I was like, that's awesome.
I love that, but also, what if it's like the medium who's like, I just don't like the name?
I know, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, but I just thought it was so funny because she would literally act out anytime anybody would call her Sabbath, and then she would chill out when you called her Annie, and it was kind of funny.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second.
I believe it. I believe it because
second.
I've seen it, so I believe it.
And also, I'm just like imagining this guy, and he's like a blue collar worker, you know, and he's with all his like coworkers, his buddies and everything, and he has to say, oh yeah, my wife's a animal medium, she talks to animals. I feel like everyone would be like,
yeah, that's
okay,
exactly
bro,
what happened.
You're fucking weird.
No,
you and your wife
no, that's
are
exactly what
weird.
happened. Because they had like a bajillion dogs, and like that's how it came up in conversation. They were like, wow, you have a lot of dogs. And he was like, yeah, they're all rescues because my wife is a pet medium. And it was like a thing.
I'd love to
If you're listening and you're a pet medium, like, can you actually come on here and read our pets for us so that we can put Ashley's skepticism to bed?
I'm not convinced.
Okay, let's go. Next topic. Next topic.
Okay, so I saw something on TikTok this week that I wanted to share because I wanted to get your guys' input. So it's this post of this dad like walking, holding the hand of his daughter, who looks like she's probably around like 7, maybe 6. And so somebody posted saying, is this your child? And then it says, so TikTok, do your thing. Is this your child? They were flying to Detroit with their dad from O'Hare on 4-9. Flight information, all of it, right? Just know he left her alone a minimum of 6 times. 3 times he was completely out of sight and the girl was calling out for him frantically. She took off after him once, and I had run after her until she caught up to him at McDonald's. He's lucky 4 moms at the gate were looking out for her, and that there are still good people in the world. But O'Hare is not the place to leave small children. Do better, sir. You're extremely lucky today. What are our thoughts? So I think it's just an interesting thing of like TikTok in general and just like social media of like being able to blast like when you see things like this, for better or worse. I'm curious. Like,
How old did you say she was, or has she looked?
She's like 6.
Mm-mm.
Like there's a picture of it's just the back of them, because I don't think that like the probably could have gotten like a full picture. But like she looks like she's like 6. And like just having flown with my child in the airport, like the anxiety I have traveling with my kids, like there's not a chance I'm leaving them anywhere near being alone. So like I love this of like moms looking out for their kids, like or
yes,
for their kids, right?
I think the TikTok post,
though.
the person that posted the TikTok, good on you.
Yeah,
that father, not good on you. Bad. I don't want to say too many things because I will get upset. But
I need to go back to
you,
the
sir,
and see like what else has come of it, because I mean TikTok is
maybe they
wild
found
in that way. Like the algorithm always finds its way of getting to the right person, it feels like.
But I will say, you, sir, do not deserve to have that child, because how dare you just leave her alone, and especially like in an airport, public transportation, where places are like, those places are like trafficking freaking playgrounds. Like, how dare you?
Sky Harbor is a really, really big airport. Yeah,
Well, my heart
obviously,
breaks for her of like if she was calling out for him. Clearly, it wasn't a hey, I'm gonna be right over there. I'll be right back kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, like if she wasn't scared to just sit there,
It would be different.
and it would be, I mean, it still is irresponsible, but it'd be one
Mhm.
thing. But like if she's like calling out for you and she obviously not comfortable staying, then that's like, I don't know. I'm probably the wrong person to ask because I have a unique situation. I haven't let my kid out of my sight in my house, let alone anywhere else.
Mhm.
That's true. But even still, like just the danger. No, and it's crazy that you brought this up because I had a recovered memory last night. I don't know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about something completely different, but it was an event that I went to with my dad, and I don't speak to my father anymore. And I had the memory, and I was like, "Oh my god, he left me alone at a fucking." Okay, so I know Ashley and Monica will know what I'm talking about. Sorry, Kelsie. At Westworld, there was a 98 KUPD event. It was that's like a radio station, and they had an event, and we used to go to like all these things a lot because my dad was a weekend dad. So anytime there was like an event on the weekend, we would go. So this particular one was like a motorcycle theme, and my dad's a big motorcycle guy. Ducati was there. I think I was like 11, so I was still pretty young. I didn't have a cell phone because obviously this was way back then, and even if I did, it
Yeah.
probably didn't have minutes on it or anything. You know what I mean? Like, this fucker.
Aging
Okay.
us.
Yes, aging. This fucker left me alone to test drive a motorcycle. Kelsie, you don't know how big Westworld is, but it's huge. And when they put on events like this, bajillions of people come. Okay. He left me at the sign up table with the Ducati people, said, stay here. I'll be
You're
back. I'm gonna go
safe
ride this
with the Ducati people there, classy folk. Expensive
Very.
motorcycle brand. Fine.
Are you kidding me? I like
They were watching
So
you.
it's
He
so
wouldn't have
crazy
bought
that
it if they
he was-
lost you.
he didn't buy it. He test drove it. A whole group
Oh,
of
I
people
know.
went on a test ride down the freaking highway, and he was
Oh my
gone for like
God.
15 minutes. That's not a long
Like, he
time, but it
left
is
the park.
left the park. Left. Bye.
Yeah,
See you later.
that's
Went on a full
weird.
test drive. My mom wasn't with us. No, none of our friends were. Like, this was actually an event that like him and I just went to by ourselves. We didn't meet up with anybody, so it's not like there was another group of people. I sat there by myself for 15 minutes, just like waiting for him to come back. I could have literally been kidnapped. And I was thinking about that last night, so it's kind of weird that you brought this up. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but it's like I was just thinking about all the times that like all the situations I've been in that probably could have gone wrong. That's one of them, and that was my own parents' fault. Like, at least I was 11, and I probably would have,
Yeah.
more likely made a scene than like a 6-year-old. But like, still, that's fucked up. You don't leave your
What
kid
if she
alone.
doesn't even have a mom though? Like, what if there's
That's
no
what
one
I'm
to see
thinking,
that
like-
video to care?
That
Mhm.
too. I mean, somebody hopefully somewhere got to care. Maybe her grandparents, but still, somebody got to care about something.
Did you watch
I
the
don't know.
video? Wait, did you see the video, Monica, of the kid?
No, it's not a video. It's just a photo.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
And
it's
she's
just-
making. Obviously, I don't agree with leaving a 6-year-old alone in an airport. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty like standard. I feel like. Also on the post, I don't know. I don't know the context. How do we know she's telling the truth? Like, what if she's
True.
just calling this guy out for something else? I think
True.
there is two sides to every story, and also, like, I've been somewhere and like my kids will. Phoenix specifically will be like over here and I'm staring directly at him and he's just screaming, "Mom! Mom!" And
Yeah.
I'm literally looking directly into his eyeballs. So
I do have to say, like, there's a lot of Karens in the world, so it's like,
Yeah.
was he really was he like in eyesight of her? And he's like, you stay sitting here. I'm gonna walk right here to this McDonald's. It's like literally just
Right.
maybe
right
she was
here.
starving. Maybe she needed
And-
food and he wanted to go get it for her, you
and
know?
yeah, and I mean, maybe he could see her the whole time, and it was just a matter of like that mom is just like
Mhm.
very likes to watch people and judge other people, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
who knows?
I think it's
Yeah.
kind of an interesting thing because, like, on one hand, the algorithm has a way of like making these videos like find who they need to find, right?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
crazy.
And so
We need to
on
follow up.
that side of it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. There's value in that. And then on the other side of it, also as a mom who has experienced like the public meltdowns and like the challenges and stuff, there's that side of it where I also wonder if stuff like this just kind of intensifies that anxiety for us too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We know everybody's watching, and like, what if you do the wrong thing in their eyes? But like, really, they don't understand the full context.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Yeah.
talked about this before. It's like, you know your child, you know what you're doing for them, and like, but you know, from the outside, it might seem like it's not the right thing, but they just don't know the situation, so it's hard.
Yeah.
Also, I do feel like, though, if the little girl was like repeatedly seeming stressed, she shouldn't have been repeatedly left alone. He should have just been like, fine, come stand in line with me, or like, you know what I mean, like, suck it up and hold your kid if you have to, or whatever the case is.
If it's
Yeah,
true.
that's what I'm saying. If that's true, from the way that she phrased it, if the child was repeatedly, you know, voicing that she was uncomfortable being alone, like, then you just don't go to McDonald's or like, you know, something.
It's weird the power someone can have just like taking a single photo. Like this could have been a photo of anyone anywhere, and it's now viral.
Yeah,
and people are saying something about this person's parenting based on nothing but this random person saying something.
I mean, who knows? Like, like we don't know who this girl is who posted it, right? And so for all we know, it could have been her attempt to get her own like clout on TikTok or whatever.
I would feel better with the whole post if there was a video proof of the girl being genuinely upset, you know, like if not just off of her word, but if her word is true, then that's not okay. You
and it also, it's like, if you felt truly like concerned that he kept leaving,
why don't you say something to him?
Yeah, or go get, there's security everywhere. Just go say like, they could give him stern warning, like.
They could say something. Don't leave anything.
Don't leave your bag unattended.
It's like, you're not allowed to leave your luggage unattended, so probably don't leave your kid either. Like,
don't leave your kid.
They might get taken.
See, if I was a TSA agent and somebody, you know, had said something to me, I would go up to that person and be like, "Don't be an idiot. Like, keep your child within your line of sight, please, and next to you. Like, don't be stupid."
Yeah. I mean, if you watch this go on, like even like the first time it happened, he walked away and you're like, oh, this isn't okay, but maybe he won't do it again. And then he does it a second time. Like you said that he did this like what, 4 times or something? Like
4 times. Yeah, something like that.
By the second time you realize he's walking away, then you could be like, okay, I need to go tell somebody.
So she said he left her alone a minimum of 6 times.
Okay. Now that's just bystander. That's just like, at this point, you're guilty as a bystander, like by not alerting authorities.
I do remember like reading in the comments that like she had said that like there was a couple of moms who were like they were trying to keep an eye on her for him.
Okay, that's great, but you could also
but
tell
still, like,
authorities.
why wouldn't you go tell someone?
Did they say something to him? Like, dude, what are you doing? You're lucky that we're all here right now watching out for your kid. What are you doing? And the thing with the airport too is like, they have attendants, you know, who help unattended minors. So I bet you if he was to say, I am a single dad, I'm traveling alone with my child, I need to leave her here so that I can go, whatever. Is there somebody that can sit with her and watch her? I bet you the airport would have been like, oh yeah, we'll just sit here. We'll keep an eye on her. You know, we'll have a so-and-so come and sit with her, whatever. Like, there's options other than leaving your kid alone, but this is also hearsay as a bystander's point of view that we don't really know.
I've worked myself up to be just as mad about this lady that made the post as I am. Because
truly, like, I mean, both sides.
I know it didn't happen once, it didn't happen twice, it happened a minimum of 6 times, and you didn't at that point like
say nothing
after the second time, but after the third time, you didn't think, okay, I'm gonna go tell somebody that has authority around here because like this is neglect at this point. Like, come on.
No, she's waiting for it to go viral. No actual care for the child's safety. Like, I'm
and that's the other thing.
Opportunity.
That's the other thing. Virality of a post really drives people, and sometimes it's like good intentions, and sometimes it's not good intentions. So you just never know today with social media.
Yeah,
there's good and bad, obviously. Yeah. And that's why Kelsie deleted it, because you just never know. No, I'm just kidding. It's these kind of videos that send her into a spiral. No.
No.
See, I knew
No,
we
just
had.
kidding.
knew
I
you
would
guys
have eaten
good
this up
input,
and then
though.
I would have gone down the hole trying to figure out if they found the person that
Yeah, I
was.
actually am very curious about that. I wonder if the algorithm can work its magic and give you an update for us,
Yeah.
Monica.
I took a screenshot of the post, so
Well, do you see their name on? Is their name on it though?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
we
so
could
you
go
have
back.
to go and follow up.
yeah. We can.
We'll see
can
if we found
follow
the
up
parents.
and find out. But yeah, like I think that there's so many different angles of this, and it's so
Mhm.
hard.
It
'cause,
is. It's very layered.
You
Yeah.
know, you can't believe everything on the internet.
I think this is a
Just
good
'cause it's right there in
lesson
front
for
of you.
anybody that watches these. Next time you see one that like obviously seems like you should be enraged at the person, think,
Just
like,
think for a minute.
what are the
Yeah.
other angles to this?
That's
Like,
it. Just think. Yeah.
Just
you
think,
just have
just
to
think.
think.
it goes for all of
actually.
parenthood when you're out and about and you see a parent struggling. Just be like, let's look at all the
Gosh,
angles of
yeah.
this. Like,
That
See,
for
and
sure.
my brain also goes like traveling with one kid. It's not that hard to keep an eye on them.
yeah,
If you just
I
stay
I
with
have
them.
very little sympathy if he
Mhm.
truly was leaving this kid. Like,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, right,
going-
and I think
Because
that
like I could not. I probably wouldn't do it with both.
but
my
also
kids.
it's a guy with
but
a
one
little
kid is fine.
girl, like, and you're going to the bathroom. I'm sure there
No,
are family
There's
bathrooms.
family
yes,
bathrooms,
there's
yeah.
family bathrooms
Mhm.
for sure.
But guys don't think like moms.
I
Like,
thought that too. They
that's
don't. They're not as
true.
It's not a good
protective.
excuse. It's not a good
It's
excuse,
not,
but
but
they
it's a
really
true
don't.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
I could see, like, my husband knows about family bathrooms because we have an autistic child, and it's like,
yeah.
it's a constant thing to be thinking about. Like, we need to
Mhm.
like have a place where
Yeah.
we can all be. But like, that's not every person's experience,
Yeah.
and a lot of dads could just be like, I'm a dude. And they don't even think about the fact that there's some places have family bathrooms, and they're not always by the other bathrooms.
That's what I was
So-
yes, I'm kind of curious about that because having just flown, the family bathrooms are extremely convenient, especially because I was traveling with my son, but they were all by the women's restrooms. They're
Mhm.
Mhm.
right by the entrance of the women's restroom. I don't know if there is one over on the men's side.
That's like they're only being changing tables in the women's restrooms.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous to
Mhm.
me. Put some fucking changing tables in the men's restroom, okay? Like
Mhm.
dads
Yeah.
change diapers too. At least
Yeah.
they should be. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
come on, that makes
Yeah,
me
and
angry.
maybe on that topic that like it's not that men aren't protective, like they obviously
No.
are. I
Mhm.
think they aren't as aware of potential dangers as women are. You know,
Yeah.
like things don't
They're
seem
just
as
not as
dangerous
anxious
to
about
men
it.
because
Yeah,
it's
No.
not.
Because
I've had this conversation with Trevor so many times because he gets so mad that the car will only unlock. I don't know if our Tesla does it, but like most cars, if you touch the driver door, it's only going to unlock the driver door and all the other ones
Yeah.
stay locked. And that pisses him off so bad. I'm like, it's a safety feature so that
Mhm.
when you climb in the car, nobody else can climb in the driver's seat and attack you. And he's like, well, it does. I'm like, literally, you're just not a girl. You don't
My
understand.
car doesn't do that.
you know
I
how
unlock
many-
it, I touch the
Yeah.
handle, all of them unlock. So I literally but it's ingrained into my brain to get in my car and hit the lock button. That's like
Yeah, it's not
I
every
don't,
car, but
I
it
don't
is
not do
some.
that. I can't
it's like-
not get in the car and not hit the lock button.
But I even tried to explain it to him and he still was like not
Yeah.
it was I'm like, you
Mhm.
literally don't know what it's like to fear for your life. I don't think
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like the fear of like when you get into your car and like it's a dark parking garage or a parking lot or
Ugh.
whatever, and like you have to check the back seat to make sure that nobody.
Well, do you know how many
under my
like
car.
do you know
I-
how many
check
like
under your car.
kidnappings of women have come from like
Yeah.
the doors unlock and somebody
Mhm.
climbs in with them? Like
Nope.
Or at the
Yeah.
gas station. Have
Yeah.
you seen like that happening to people at the gas station? This
Oh,
was
yeah.
incredibly evident. This is a side story, but this was incredibly evident to me like a month ago. Patrick was home with the kids and he texted me and told me, or he called me and told me something that happened. And someone came up to the door, a girl came up to the door with a dog wrapped in a blanket. And she was like panicked. And she's like, a coyote attacked my dog. A coyote attacked my dog. I need help. And he was like, I can't really help you. Like, I don't know what to do. You have to go to the vet type of thing. Well, he tells me, like, it's like, to him, he calls me, he's like, it was so weird, whatever.
Wait, where was
And
he?
My house, at our
Okay.
house.
That's
and
what I
I
thought
was
you
like,
said. Okay.
yeah. And so when he called me, I'm like, well, was she our neighbor? Do you know her? He's like, I don't know. I didn't recognize her. And I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird because where'd the blanket come from? Like, if it happened in front of our house, where'd she get a blanket? Like, this is like, are they checking to see if my house is empty? Are they like baiting you? Like, she wanted you to drive her. Like, she probably expected a mom to be here, let's be honest. And I told my friend,
you to let her in to use the phone or something.
A lot of the
Right.
times they're baiting women out, really.
Yeah. And so, like, I told my coworker the story, and she's like, oh my God, that's so creepy. It's so weird. Patrick sent a group text to me and Dakota and her husband, and Dakota was home at the same time too, and she like locked her doors and stuff.
Good.
And I'm like, this is a clear, like, Patrick didn't think anything suspicious, you know? And I'm like, you're not worried your life's in danger all the time. Whereas 3 women, and now you 3 also, you hear this story and you're like, whoa, that's not safe. Like, something,
I don't even, I look at my blink. No, I look at my camera and I don't, if I'm home alone and I don't know the person, I don't answer the door. Like, I'm an adult and I don't answer the door.
Yeah.
If you're not expecting someone and you don't know them. No.
Yeah. Where my house is situated, it would probably be a full-on brawl if someone just came up to my door, because people, you can't even see my house. Like, you don't even know I'm back here. You know what I mean? Like,
you're like, why are you on my property?
If you're trespassing at this point, I'm answering the door with the shotgun. Like, sorry, it's not. And I have 3 scary dogs that will bite you, so get away from me.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, men and women, they just don't think the same. So,
well, okay, did you guys hear? Okay, so last week we had talked about like tornadoes and like how the one TA wouldn't let the trucker in. I saw that video about how they wouldn't let the trucker in, and then the algorithm fed me another gas station video. This time, this was in Texas, not where I live, thank God, but in Texas.
I saw this, the door that locked
with
the women
the door
in the bathroom.
that locked the women in the bathroom. It's a lock, a big ass lock on the outside of the bathroom.
It was on
that
the
is
outside.
remote controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
there's
I
not
didn't
one
see
on the
this.
men's. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Insane.
And
And the
you can-
woman, you can like literally like, she had a
You
check.
can
She was like,
manually
"What?"
unlock it, but it's
You
on
can
the
manually unlock it,
outside.
but
So
it's on
it
the outside.
doesn't
So
do
if
you
you're
any good
in,
on the
you're
inside.
in. And it's like there's not one on the men's door, and it's right next to the emergency exit. The women's bathroom's right.
Did
next
you
to the
follow
emergency
that
exit.
story down the rabbit hole?
Not all the
what's
way.
the rabbit
No.
They
I know they got like
I
shut
did.
down or arrested or something.
They got it taken off, but
Yeah.
not. It wasn't at first. The cop was like, "Well, there's nothing we can do." They told the cop that it was because these men were coming in and like going into the ladies' bathroom and like destroying it on their break or whatever.
Ugh,
And
okay,
they're
yeah,
like,
right.
"Okay,
Use
well,
the other lock.
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, or put the lock on the inside.
Yeah.
It's remote controlled, but it's also like."
Or just have
That
a
doesn't
cop
make
on
any
standby.
sense because
No, it
they
doesn't.
could. It doesn't keep them from going into the bathroom. The lock on the outside is remote
Keeps
controlled,
them
but
from
you can
coming out.
manually unlock it. It only stops you from leaving
out.
if
Yeah.
it's locked.
And it's only why, like, that's so weird.
Someone called the fire marshal and he took it.
Yeah,
he
and
made
took
it
it
down.
down.
I
Yeah,
saw
I
that
did
part.
see that. I want to know what. I hope they got. I don't know, like shut
Probably
down.
not.
I hope they
I'm
did.
sure they
not,
didn't.
But
You'd have to
it's
be able to
probably on the radar.
like, prove the malicious intent.
Someone's
I
like, "What if
wish-
there's a trap door in there?" And once you're locked
Yeah.
in there, they like pull you out of a trap door.
Oh my god, could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Well, I would certainly recommend
I hate
no one
that
use that
idea.
restroom.
Well, yeah. So actually, the woman that posted it, she posted the exact location, like on the maps and everything.
Yeah.
It was in Bryan College
See-
Station, which
see,
is like
that's
right,
one thing.
and it's a college town. College Station in Bryan. There's
Wow.
literally like colleges right there, and it's a big, bustling fucking area. I would literally not be surprised if it's a highly trafficked area for
I
sex traffickers and
literally
things like that.
do not use gas station
Nah.
bathrooms unless I am like
Unless I
hard
have to.
pressed.
I prefer if we
Yeah.
do. I prefer we go to a truck stop like a Love's or like a
Mhm.
well like a
Flying
QT,
J.
like something
Mhm.
big with lots of lights and lots of people. You know, like
Okay.
that are going to be
I used-
lots of people most of the time, like in and out. Because I just don't want to be in like a seedy little gas station on the end
Mhm.
of the at last gas station on the left. No, thank you. I mean, I
When
will
we
if I
were
have
traveling,
to.
when we used to like obviously before kids or even just when we lived like continental US but not near home, when we would drive home, I would make Trevor like he would walk me to the bathroom and I'm
Mhm.
like, you wait right here
Mhm.
for me.
Yep. I mean, now I bring protection into the bathroom with me because I'm an adult, but you know. Not everybody has that. I guess.
I definitely don't always have the privilege, like with my job and where I drive.
Yeah.
Like I have certainly been in some shady gas stations to use the restroom, and also at night before. But like I'm always like very aware.
You have to be hyper aware
of what's going on around me and who's in there, and like, and I've been like afraid before, and it'll be nothing, like nothing has happened, but I'm like, my heart rate's elevated. I'm like,
I do too.
I know this
too.
is a
It's
sketchy
scary.
situation I'm in right now.
Yeah. Well, especially too, like when you hear, I heard, and I think this went pretty viral, so I'm pretty sure everybody has heard about it, but like a family stopped at the gas station, and I think the mom and dad were like gassing up, getting snacks, and the two girls went into the bathroom, an older one and a younger one, and they both went in, and the older one didn't wait for the younger one. She just left because she thought maybe she went out already, and the younger one never came out. And thankfully it just had happened like quick enough to the mom was like, what do you mean your sister didn't come out? And she went into the bathroom, kicked open every stall, and in the last stall the little girl was being held with like by an attacker, and they had already shaved her head. They already shaved her head because they were going to take her out and
they were gonna
literally
change her clothes.
traffic her and change her clothes. And yeah, they had already shaved her fucking head. Like, good thing that mom was paying attention, but also like how scary for the sister too. That was like, I thought she left already. Like I didn't hear anybody. I didn't see any feet. I didn't know she was still in there because they were holding her like up on the toilet. And like,
I've heard that story too.
Yeah. So it's like, how terrifying. But again, you know,
you just never know.
You never know.
You feel crazy sometimes, like being worried or like taking the precautions. You know what I mean? But like the shit does happen. It does happen. I never feel. People.
I bring either the protection that I don't know if we're allowed to say on air, or I have bear spray. I literally keep bear spray in my car, and if I feel like I need to bring it with me, I bring it with me. I bring bear spray with me on walks. I bring bear spray with me everywhere because it's bear spray. It's not, you know, something else. So, and bear spray is going to take down a bear. It's damn sure going to take down a full-grown adult. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
What is bear spray like smell like? Like, because I know of like mace, right?
It's like pepper spray, but like more. it's more
for a bear. A bear-sized problem.
A bear-sized problem. Okay, it's gonna deter the bear. It's definitely gonna deter the man. Like, okay. And I just, you know, if not bringing my what do you call it, Kelsie, or mousecatool?
Mystery
mousecatool, and I'm bringing my bear spray, and that's just
oh, that's funny.
Your mousecatool.
I think that's a good option, though. If you don't have a mystery mousecatool, you can go to any sporting goods store and get some bear spray.
Yeah, no, that's smart. That's a good call. Oh man, yeah, that crap just scares me so much.
It's literally so scary.
It freaks me out.
Yeah. Speaking of TikTok, Kelsie, you had a TikTok that irked you this past week too.
It was actually on Instagram, but
it was a reel. Okay,
it was a reel. This bitch, she.
This is why she deleted it.
Bitch.
Great start. Great start.
Bitch.
She was like, it was one of those like on the screen. It was like them. You're quiet, and it was her, and her response is like, well, you said being a stay-at-home mom was hard, so like insinuating that it's not, like she's annoyed by that. And so then I start reading the comments.
Oh no.
And somebody was like, I don't know what the person said, but she basically just straight up said stay-at-home moms are lazy. And every comment where anybody said anything of dissent, like she was trying to pick a fight. Like everything was just
obviously.
Like a bash at stay-at-home moms. So at first I had to reread it a couple times because I was like, surely she's not insinuating that she thinks that it's not hard to be a stay-at-home mom. No, but she absolutely was. She was like, you just like, yeah, it's you're lazy, like get a life, basically.
That's gotta be
a life.
rage
It's
bait,
called My
right?
Children.
Like people don't.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I made a reel that was like, say you're desperate for views. Like,
yeah, exactly.
If you have to go out and do that because that's just rage.
Oh,
That's just
yes.
rage bait.
Yes, that's
And you
so
don't know
stupid.
people's situations. I'm not gonna lie. There are some days, as being a stay-at-home mom, where I am lazy, and you know what? I'm allowed to be because
Yeah, but you're never not doing a job. Even if you're being
Exactly.
lazy,
Yeah.
whatever
if
you're
I'm
saying is
having
lazy,
a day where I'm
you
lazy,
have lives.
I'm laying down
that
reading
are
a book.
under
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah, I still
lives in
have
your
to-
hands.
Literally,
Yeah.
I still have to get up and feed them, make sure that they're living, make sure that they're not.
I don't know if
jumping
you've
off
met
the-
children, but they don't let you
they
be
don't care.
lazy.
But I mean, like,
What?
yeah, like, well, okay, so for me, like, a lazy day is I'm kind of laying on the couch, I'm reading a book, but I'm still obviously tending to my children. Like, I'm obviously getting up with them, doing whatever I need to do with them, playing with them, whatever. Maybe I'm not doing my laundry. Maybe I'm not vacuuming my floors. Maybe I'm not houseworking, right? But
But that is not by
The
any
second
means
job.
the
to
daily.
me,
The second
that
part of
to
the
me, that's a
job,
lazy
really.
day. I'm not houseworking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm.
That's
I'm
But
like,
being,
it's like
everybody
two
has
jobs.
everybody has lazy days,
Mhm,
but it
yeah.
doesn't mean that every day is lazy.
No. I dress like I'm lazy. Yes, I dress like I'm Adam Sandler every
I
single day.
I dress
I
homeless.
look like it. I
but in
look like I live
five.
under a bridge, but
You're dressing for the job you want.
yeah, right. And are my kids dressed? One of them for sure because she goes to school. The other one sometimes not, and that is just what it is. Like,
Am I dressed? Barely. Are my kids
Not
dressed?
really.
No.
no, one of mine is always dressed and put together because she actually has somewhere to be. She has a life, so
My kid has somewhere to be, but the
life.
second he's home, he's like, my kids just want to be naked all the time.
yeah, yeah. Literally, my youngest came out of their playroom today, and I was like, "Where'd your pajamas go?" And she's like, "I took them off." Okay, why? What for? What's the reason? I didn't want them on. Oh, all right, well, I guess do what you will. That's it. It's like,
I think that there's, just to sum that up, there's no role of a parent that is easy. Working, not working, like it's
yeah, it
just
doesn't matter
fucking
what kind of
hard, no
parent you
matter
are.
how you
Yeah,
slice
it
it.
doesn't matter.
It's so hard.
And it's
And
just
there's-
like,
there's
as a
sacrifice
mom,
no matter what.
whether you work or not, you never get to turn your brain off. Like,
No.
No, and I think we fill our time with things too, and other responsibilities and other things. So it's not like there's just nothing that's going on. Like there's so much that's going on, and so much
It's
that's
just
happening.
so
Yeah.
stupid because no one believes, it's just such clear rage bait,
yeah.
that's not
But
even
it
a
works.
believable lie you're saying.
works.
It's not even a
Yeah.
believable
Yeah.
thing. Like you're
But
just trying to
some
piss
people truly do
off.
think that, though.
I was gonna
No,
say,
well,
if
Some
you
people
truly
truly do
think that,
believe that, which is wild to me.
They don't
It's
have-
crazy.
Well, there's a lot of
kids.
moms that probably, and I'm not saying they should be married to these men, but are probably married to men that feed them that belief on the daily. And then to have it
yeah.
solidified by a stranger,
Yeah, that's true.
it just pisses me off. Like,
yeah,
Well, I think that there's some people too who just they find a lot of their self-worth and value and doing things and being busy, and so that's great for them, but that's not
that ain't me.
everybody else.
Honestly,
and
too,
then that's fine, but that's if that's their
Yeah.
level of their baseline for it, then everybody else who doesn't match that is going to be less than, essentially, which is
I think
sad.
too, that woman needs to really look deep inside of her and realize that she's actually super lucky and very blessed that she can have a job and afford childcare because a lot of people can't. I can't. My husband and I
Mhm.
cannot afford childcare. If I was gonna go get a job right now,
Oh, yeah.
we would be real struggling just to afford the childcare for a while
Just to break
before
even.
we
Yeah.
got just to break
Well,
it. Yeah. So it's it doesn't really make sense for me to work at this moment in time because anything I make is just
Yeah.
going to go to childcare at this point.
Yeah.
Because childcare is so expensive right now.
Right. And if you're not making enough to make it worth it, then it you're sacrificing your time with your child, which is even more valuable. So if you even coming out ahead, but it's only $500, is that $500 worth missing out on all that time? Usually not.
Right. Usually
yeah.
not. Exactly. Yeah.
I'm curious, the person who posted, are they working or are they a stay-at-home mom?
Are they even a mom?
Are they even a mom? Yeah.
Listen, I didn't go too deep because I was like, I'm not giving this bitch. She's obviously just desperate for this. She knows this is views. She knows this is engagement, and I cannot be giving it to her. So I didn't go on her page. I gather that anybody who has the balls to say that is probably not a stay-at-home mom. I assume you would at least be a mom if you said it. She
I
looked
hope so.
old enough and like lived enough that she could be a mom, but I can't assume. I can't remember if I saw anything that alluded to her being a mom, but either way, I was like, I can't. It's why I didn't even send it to you guys, because I was like, I will not feed this into the algorithm anymore. I'm taking a
Good.
fucking stand. But yeah.
And now here we are
And
talking
then
about
she
it.
spiraled and deleted the whole app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not why I deleted the app, but
No.
yeah.
No, but it
It
was like the same
contributed.
day, I think, or
It
the
did.
day after.
It
I
didn't
think
help.
It didn't help, that's for sure. It
I
did
was
not.
like, oh yeah.
I actually saw another video like the other day. It was it must have been this past weekend because it was Coachella related, but it was a girl in the video was taking a video proof of me bringing my little brother to Coachella, and it's a guy and her, and she's very like scantily clad, you know, and it's just like a B-roll, you know, and they're just like they're just looking, but then they're laughing, and then he like grabs her and his hand like goes all the way down her body and kind of like grabs her ass and stuff. And obviously this can't be her brother. But to be sitting here posting this like with the incest, you know, you're insinuating incest for views.
I'm wondering if it's a specific creator that does stuff like this, and she's doing it mocking the people who make legit videos like that.
Maybe.
She posted
I don't know.
another one just recently too. If it's the same person, where it's like showing up to my son's prom, and she's like in a prom dress.
I was about to say, there's
Moms
a
in the
fair
comments.
amount of this is
That's
becoming
funny.
a trend of like purposely rage baiting
Like
things
satire,
like that.
yeah,
rage
That are
baiting.
And the
funny,
guy who's
but
in the
not
video,
funny.
yeah, the guy who's in the video with her, who sometimes plays her brother, usually is actually her husband, and like she's
What
an
girl are you
actress.
thinking of?
I can't think of her name. She's blonde though.
What she look like?
There's a
'cause
lady
There's
that
another
does-
girl.
That
that
does
I
just
know-
boy mom stuff.
Okay, and then there's another lady that does. She has brown hair, gorgeous, but she does these really funny, like I think they're funny. She's a satire account, and she does these things. There was like, my guy best friend's fiance doesn't want me to come to the wedding, so I'm gonna go anyway. And she like has this whole series about her guy best friend, and she's like, I wasn't invited to the wedding, so I just flew to where they're having it, and I'm staying at his parents' house, and they love me, so it doesn't matter. And then she's like, come shopping with me to go find a white dress for my guy best friend's wedding. And like, they're funny, but people in the comments don't get that it's
They take it
satire, and they
literally.
get so mad, and I
Yes.
think it's so
Actually-
funny.
Yeah.
It shocks me how many times I read through a comment section on something that is so obviously satire and people are like completely missing it. I'm like,
My favorite is when there's a tag and it says satire.
satire.
Yeah. Okay, that actually
lose it.
I don't believe this one was satire. I mean, I think
Oh.
I don't think it was her brother,
Oh,
and I
no.
think she was doing like a rage baiting type thing, but I don't think it was satire. But I didn't go and look at
She
her
wasn't
account,
trying
so-
to be ironic. She was just trying to rage bait.
I think she was doing
Okay,
it for
well-
views, like a rage
Yeah,
bait, not
yeah.
like ironically. But that does
I
happen,
actually
especially
know-
on Facebook with the
I
people in
actually
the comments,
had,
like, not
like-
getting anything.
Yeah, no. I had a client when I used to do hair in Arizona. So I worked in Desert Ridge area, which is very close to Scottsdale, which if you know anything about Scottsdale, you know it's all basically big boobs and blonde bombshells, right? Okay, it's bougie. And we had this one client, and I still follow her on social media to this day because she's a riot. Anyway, she took her little brother, and I mean like she was in her 20s. This little brother was probably 10 at the time, to Comic-Con. And he was dressed, I don't know, as somebody. She went as Harley Quinn, and she went as the most scantily clad Harley Quinn I've ever
Oh,
seen
man.
with her 10-year-old brother. And I was like, bro, that's not appropriate. Like, I mean, he wasn't grabbing on her like this video, but it's just like, it really,
That's gross.
it's not appropriate. You should have just
Yeah.
went by yourself to
Yeah,
Comic-Con
that's
if you wanted to dress like a hoe. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
You know,
it's weird.
cosplay as a hoe all you want. I don't care. Do it. I'm
Yeah.
for it. You're hot, so you could get away with it. Fine. But like, why you gotta bring your brother? Like, or dress a little bit more not naked when you bring your brother.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm
I
sure it
just-
was uncomfortable for
people-
him on so
That's
many
what I'm saying, like,
levels.
It's got to be weird. It's got to be weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe, but maybe sometimes
Maybe he's used to it.
But it's your sibling. Sometimes you're like,
Used to it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe he's used to it. Maybe this.
It
My
would be
sister's
weird
a
to have
hoe. It is what it is.
My sister's a hoe. It's fine.
Yeah, they
No,
probably
she's-
did not think twice.
No.
She's not a hoe. She actually knowing her, she's not a hoe. She looks
No,
like
I
she a hoe,
forgot
but
you
she's
know this
not a hoe.
person.
I do know her. She's actually very nice. I mean, I said she dressed like a hoe, but
Like, let me
she does.
backtrack.
She still does. And now she's like, it's so funny because now she is like a mom of 3, but still kind of like a hoe. But like, she's a really, really sweet person when you actually talk to her. It's so funny, like the contrast of like seeing her online persona versus like actually seeing her in person and like meeting her. It's kind of funny, but.
Oh, Brent.
But I mean, like, she's stunning. She's gorgeous. She is a model. So it's like, you want to dress like a hoe, go for it. You can get away with it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe not in front of your brother, though. It's still weird.
Okay, speaking of Comic-Con,
Yeah.
my friend works, her dad like owns a catering company in Washington, D.C., and they do a lot of conventions. And so she works with them. And she was getting on an elevator, and it's like these guys, and she's not really paying attention. She's like, but it was pretty full. She's like, can I get on here? And they're like, yeah. And so she gets in, and then as like she looks over, and it's Orlando motherfucking Bloom and his bodyguards in this elevator with
Was he
And
dressed
she's
like
like-
Legolas? Because I would have died.
I don't
If he was Orlando Bloom Legolas, I would have melted
I don't
into
know.
the
I
floor.
think he was just Orlando Bloom.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would have melted into the floor anyway.
But she was like, I didn't realize so it was already in that it was him. And then she's like, I'm sure that I was just like, and I guess she like made eye contact with one of the bodyguards, and he just was kind of looking at her like, I think they were waiting to see if she was gonna notice and like say anything, but she didn't. She was just like, you know.
She played it
But
cool.
the guy, like, I think one of the bodyguards like kind of just like nodded at her, but yeah,
You're
she
like,
just played
"Yep."
it cool. I was like,
It's who you think it is.
like it is. Yeah.
yes,
I-
it is.
I no, I don't even know. I think I would have done the same thing that she would have done. Just been like, oh.
I'd
okay.
like to think
Starstruck.
that I would say something, but I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just be like,
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to say.
and then
I
I'd leave
wouldn't
and I'd do
either.
exactly what she did and be like, guys, I just was in an elevator with Orlando Bloom.
Like I do that with people that like I know in real life, like from a distance. I can't
I
even
think she
confront
said
and be
he
like,
even
"Hey, I
had
think I
his
know
dog.
you."
He had his what?
I
Had a
wonder.
Celebrity.
He had his little dog with him, I guess. I think is what she
Aw.
said.
Was this at the
I
same
don't-
time that Katy Perry was going up to a spaceship? Because aren't they
No,
married?
my
this
God.
that was just like Monday
That was
morning.
yesterday.
This was like last week, I think.
I'm sorry. Really quick, I just have to hate on it super quick. That was the stupidest bunch of people to go up
So
into a
fucking
fucking
stupid.
spaceship. The only one that
They
wasn't
all-
stupid was Amanda. I don't know how to say her last name. Nugin. I don't know. She's, I think, Korean or something. She's the only one that made sense. I saw like a whole video. She wanted to be an astronaut. She
Oh, I think I saw
had
that
an
video, too.
assault situation. She was assaulted
Mhm.
in college, and she took that obviously very seriously and actually went and created like laws to get passed. And she took it to like her local state, got it passed there. And then she took it all the way to the UN and got laws for like survivor rights passed. And now she's getting. Then she got to go back to her original dreams of being an astronaut and go up to. You know, it was like a full circle
that's
moment for her, and it was a
pretty
great
cool.
story. And then I find out that she's in the fucking space shuttle with fucking Katy Perry. Who cares?
I stand by
think
what
that-
I said about it being a joke. They went up for 11
Like-
minutes, dude. It was so
Yeah.
pointless.
I
And for
think
it to be
that
this
they
big
probably
fucking
paid
feminist
to go on it.
movement, they did. They paid so much money to be on that fucking
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
spaceship.
don't give a fuck as long as they paid to go on it. then
Yeah, but
that's
they made
fine.
it. But the way that the media that I saw was like all female crew. No, it's not
Yeah.
a crew. It's a passenger situation.
They
You're
were-
going up. You're coming
Yeah.
back down.
No, it's like the
like a
fucking
helicopter
ship
ride.
that went to the Titanic. That's what it's like. The ship
Yeah.
that went to the Titanic, whatever the fuck that
Yeah,
hydro
I
gate,
I
whatever
understand
that
what
thing
you're
was.
saying. I don't think
Ocean
it probably
Gate.
needed like the all
Yes.
feminist like.
Yeah,
thing.
like bro,
I
they
don't
wanted to
care
go
that
up. They
they,
went up.
like-
Okay,
I think it. That's like
that's
I mean,
cool. Cool
if
for
I
you.
had an exorbitant amount of money, I
would do
might
it.
ride up to the edge of space just so I can tell you bitches that the Earth is round, and then come back down.
We'll have to ask
all
Katy
right.
Perry.
See if we'll just ask Katy Perry really quick. Is the Earth round? Because
Would you
need to
listen to her? Honestly, I don't think you
No,
would.
no, I wouldn't. I
No.
would not. Actually,
wouldn't
I'll
either.
ask Amanda. I would.
Okay.
I would listen to Amanda because she's the only one that made sense to me on that craft. I don't understand. Okay, back to Orlando Bloom. Can we talk real quick? Speaking of Comic-Con, talk about how your friend also ran into.
Okay,
So
so then after the Orlando Bloom thing, she walked past a different area where I relayed this story because this is the way it was relayed to me, that both Steves from Blue's Clues were there, and Nicole so gently, not gently, reminded us that there's only one Steve.
No, I literally was cracking up. I was like, both Steves, and I was laughing because I was like, I know what you mean, but I was like, there's only one Steve.
There's only one
like,
Steve.
There's only one Steve. And like, I really thought this was common knowledge that everybody knew that there was only one Steve.
I knew.
But I kept repeating it, and Kelsie was like, "You're confusing me," and I was like, "What? How is this confusing? There's only one Steve."
I think, what do you mean?
Steve
This is
Burns
a Blippi
is
situation.
Steve. No, it's not a Blippi situation. It's not a
There's
thirst trap
family.
Blippi.
I cared about the old Blues Clues. I didn't give two shits about the new Blues Clues, so they're all Steve to me.
Well, do we
Okay.
know? Do we
Steve
even
one,
know
Steve
if they
two?
were really those people, or were they just people cosplaying as Steve from Blue's Clues?
No,
Maybe
I think
No, they were
really
at, like,
I think they really were.
They were at
Steves.
like the Blue's Clues booth, probably. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Also,
by the
like,
way,
she's our age. She would definitely know. She would recognize Steve,
oh yeah, I think
the real
everybody-
one.
Yeah,
The
the real
only-
one.
the one
Only
and the
Steve.
only.
The one and
the
only.
one and
Steve.
only. Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Which I did. I did end up Googling the guy that plays Joe because, okay, I went on like a whole rant. I was like, the guy that plays Steve is actually, his name is Steve. The guy that plays Joe, I don't remember his name, but it's not actually Joe. The guy that plays Josh, the new one, is actually Josh. I Googled because it was bothering me. The guy that plays Joe, his name is Donovan. I don't know where they got Joe from.
They're like,
Donovan's
Donovan's
too
too
hard.
much.
Too long.
It's too
Yeah.
hard.
Too long.
Yeah.
Kids won't remember Donovan.
Josh,
Yeah.
Donovan's
They
not gonna
couldn't-
cut it.
They couldn't have done Donnie, Don, something
I hate
shorter.
Don.
No, it's just completely different
Joe.
Joe. Anyway.
Just Joe.
So you know, Joe's real name is Donovan. Okay. Anyway, I need to
I
know
don't-
now if listeners, please, if you knew that there's only one Steve, or if you thought they were all Steves, like Kelsie and Ashley, because Monica and I knew,
I did know. I did know.
but Kelsie and Ashley didn't know that there was only one. Steve.
I
However,
also
I
don't
don't
know if I
think-
would have. What?
I didn't learn the rest of that until Steve resurfaced on TikTok and gave us that heartwarming message, and then I went into the deep dive and learned about the rest of them. Like, I knew he was replaced, but I didn't know the storyline until then. So
I watched the episode of them replacing him.
of course you did.
I don't know how old I was when that came out, but I remember watching it, to be honest.
Does it surprise you at all that you and I are the ones who know this information when we're also the ones obsessed with Bluey? So
Yeah, no, it doesn't. If it's got a blue dog in it, we're there. We're there for it.
every generation has a blue dog.
I can't wait for the Bluey movie. I'm gonna be busting down the doors to the movie theater. Move
I
over,
don't know
little
if
kids.
I would have recognized Orlando Bloom in the elevator. Honestly,
I don't know if I would have either, but maybe because Pirates of the Caribbean, and
older
I
now,
was
though.
obsessed with him, so his face.
yeah,
is
but
pretty
depending
much
what
the
he's
same.
wearing, and I don't know. I don't think I would have
Mm.
recognized him.
Has he had a lot
His
of
hair's
plastic surgery?
different.
I don't know. I
He would
haven't
have had to
seen him
have
in
the
a long
hair.
time.
He would have had to have the curly hair for me to like really.
I think he still does. Does he? Or maybe he
I
has
don't know.
short hair now. I don't know, bro.
I have no idea.
I guess.
I have no idea.
I guess we need to insert a picture of Orlando Bloom.
Yep. Then and now. We should do a then and now. We have a.
I'm just gonna put
Legolas.
Legolas. Just a picture of him as Legolas with the blonde wig. That's my favorite. And you know what's? I'm not even like that big of a Lord of the Rings fan, but
Oh yeah.
Orlando Bloom with pointy ears. I should have known where my life would end up. I would be obsessed with fairy books.
That was your
Smut fairy
entryway.
books.
That was
Should've
the
known.
gateway to Fae.
Which we're not going to
The
talk
gateway
about our
drug.
smut fairy books. We're not going to talk about our smut fairy books because there's 2 of the 4 of us bitches that are way fucking behind on the smut fairy books. Even though,
Let's catch up on
We're doing
Smut Fairy
Throne of
books
Glass.
next week.
There's really no smut.
yeah, there's really no smut
No,
in
there's
Throne of
not.
Glass. It's very,
No.
I mean, there's one thing I can't get over, and I'm not going to say it.
It's very PG,
But-
thus far.
It's
where
it's
I'm
so
at.
far it's PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm on
Okay.
Kingdom of Ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. We'll catch up with it next time because if I
Next
start,
week.
I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
Bye.
Next week we'll talk about it.
Gotta go.
Bye.
Gotta go.
You don't know how to shut up. Bye.
Yeah. I don't
That's all
know how
we
to
sign
end the segue, so bye.
We don't know how to shut up. Bye. Follow us. We're funny.
On that note, we will see you guys next week. Like, follow, share, subscribe, do all the things.
Do all
Tell
the
your
things.
friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell your friends. Okay,
Tell
bye.
your
Mwah. Goodbye.
Welcome to the inner sanctum of friendship. These bitches are a little bit bothered.